Remember, this entire manga and every manga on this channel is hand-drawn by myself, and now you too can learn exactly how to make your own viral Dragon Ball mangas at www.makemanga.com, where you can learn directly from me. My mangas have got me on TV, on newspapers, and even earned me over $60,000 a month on Patreon alone. And now, you can click the link in the description and pinned comment of this video and do it yourself. You only need to see the website to see just how many thousands of you are taking this opportunity right now. And don't forget also, the next video to this Ultra Vegito series has already been made and is live now on my Patreon right now for over 4,500 of you incredible fans to watch after this. Again, links are in the pinned comment and description. Enjoy.
So our story continues with the battle for the multiverse down in the mortal realm, with Omni Devil Lucifer continuing his rampage of chaos, with the current victim being the possessed Trunks, being slammed across the face not once but twice, with the second seemingly breaking the jaw off the young Saiyan. Trunks! All going down while the weakened Goku, after expending all his energy healing the others, would be left to just helplessly scream out in panic. Himself already having proved his attacks do nothing, as he would mutter, We're losing this! Not even Trunks can do anything now! Kakarot! You brought this freak back for nothing! As a grumbling Vegeta, giving the Archangel side-eye, would begrudgingly get up, clearly injured himself. Fine, clown! This will be the last time I clean up your mess! As with his anger building and his pride not allowing him to stay back, the Saiyan Prince would then blast off at speed back towards Lucifer. But back with the Omni Devil, Trunks' flailing body would be seen floating away. His face, a compressed package of damage on both sides, but with a smirk on the former devil's face, Lucifer would say,
Sorry, brother, but where do you think you're going?
Immediately grabbing onto the future Saiyan's ankle before... With a violent pull with just one arm, Trunks would then be pulled with the G-force of 1,000 fighter jets, his teeth and gums being pulled apart as he would be swung like a rotator blade. Round and round at such speed, his shape and facial structure would begin morphing into the tornado.
I never got to play with Dai when he was young. What fun I seem to have missed out on.
As even while within the same rotation, Lucifer would lose no coordination, still with a frozen expression, letting out quips even now.
Here, time to be held by the next family member.
Ultimately being tossed like a useless towel straight down, but not without a specific direction.
Trunks!
As right in Vegeta's view, Lucifer's words would never be for nothing, flying towards his father as...
Damn it! If I don't catch him here,
stunning Vegeta with what to do before. Like a deer caught in headlights, Vegeta would just act as a wall, as Trunks, arriving with unprecedented speed and force, would crash straight onto his father's body, both grimacing in pain simultaneously. Until ultimately, both would be sent smashing into the ground for a shallow grave. No! Vegeta too! How is Lucif so strong now? Leaving Goku almost in an identical position to how he was in the final battle of Season 1. Lost for words, out of energy and luck, as he tries his best to think of some way the tide of battle could turn. Son Goku! Get your head back in the game! But just as he would lose all hope, Jiren would fly past purposely right next to Goku, yelling at him to remember this battle is far from over. Jiren! As the Archangel left behind would just watch as the soaring, beautiful red aura of the Pride Trooper would go straight for Lucif, regardless of the situation.
Ah, Jiren, my favorite of you four.
But watching above, Lucif would only be taking pleasure in the endless battles and wins he would experience against these mortals, waiting up above like a final boss.
Catch me if you can, Grey Man.
As suddenly bringing his black wings out, they would close in on him. A giggle being heard as they would begin covering every inch of his body, his smiling face just beginning to be lost in a shadow, until eventually only his omni-devil eye would be seen, finally saying,
When will you worms finally accept defeat? I wonder.
What magic is this? As briefly, Jiren would then stop, and before him witness what Lucif had just done, covering his entire body in his black wings, creating a makeshift ball and absolute defense, Gaara style. Coward! You think feathers will stop me? Impudent fool! But it would only trigger more annoyance in Jiren, as feeling underestimated, he would only grip his fist tighter. What? But just as he would launch his fist, he would smash through, but far easier than he had ever anticipated. Where is he? As in an explosion of black feathers, Jiren would go straight through, with no sign of Lucif and just a trail of his mess compounded in an inferno of his devil wings. Almost like a substitution jutsu, Jiren would wonder whether he was even in reality or illusion.
You really thought you did something there for a second, didn't you, Jiren?
As with an ominous presence, in a flash, like the very shadow of the former Pride Trooper, Lucif would reappear right at the backside of a stunned Jiren. Do not play with me! Triggering an immediate reaction from Jiren, as he would rush to turn around, swinging his arm until...
Think again.
Only for the Omni Devil to, of course, be several steps ahead, instantly smashing his fist right into Jiren's chest before he could even make a move.
The mindless animals are back again. It really never ends.
But soon enough, looking behind, Lucif would already have his senses about him, expecting yet another impending threat. As right now, back at his backside, in a dual-pronged attack, the father-son duo Vegeta and Trunks would suddenly emerge, both back in the fight, and both full of anger to get their revenge. But with a simple glance, the typically unbothered Lucif would then let out...
It seems I need to go a little harder if I want you two to stay down. Don't worry, I won't make the same mistake twice.
And as the battle would wage in the sky, with impact lines all over the grey background, complete with the screams of pain from the God Killers, Goku would continue to watch below helpless. As with his teeth gritted, going against every fiber in his body, he would only think to himself, if I get involved, I won't even make a difference how I am now. But if one of them goes down, I might be able to heal them just one more time. I have to be smart. But as we would get a look from behind the Saiyan, he wouldn't help but mutter, but I can't just watch like this. I can't stand around like last time. Relax, clown. But just as his thoughts would bubble to the top, everything would pause when a black hand would suddenly grip onto his shoulder, leaving the Archangel frozen from the mystery presence alone. Vegito! Long time no see, friend. As in an unexpected reappearance, Lucif Vegito would appear at Goku's side, and with a friendly smile of all things, holding on to his old counterpart as if he were actually on their team. Get off of me, you traitor! But Goku, not having any of this, never having forgiven Vegito for what he had witnessed previously, even with his low energy, would immediately smack away the God Killer's arm with fury. What do you want? Here to attack me too? You always did have a thing about picking on those weaker than you! Coward! Leaving Goku's teeth gritted and his dual fists clenched, as he could only barely get out his words in his anger. I pick on the weak? You seem to forget. You were there too in the early days. You were me, and you did the same, Kakarot. You can relax, fool. I'm not doing anything to you. Before the change in expression to a more devious look, the original God Killer would continue. The one who needs to do something right now to save everyone is you, Son Goku. Huh? Me? What are you talking about? This outburst causing great confusion on Goku's mind, as knowing his weakened state, he would have no idea what this traitorous Vegito would even mean. But regardless, with folded arms, Vegito would then continue, "You were the one that could have made a difference in the final battle last time as well, were you not? The only one who did not ascend. Are you really going to repeat history and be the reason they all lose again? Look around. Everybody's been improving this battle again, pushing past their limits to make a difference. But you, how long have you been stuck with that form of yours? That incomplete archangel? All those years of training just to be a glorified senzu bean." These words making Goku immediately look down in frustration, forlorn at his own inadequacy, as he would mutter, "That isn't what's happening this time. These abilities take a drain on me. If I could get any stronger right now, I would." Well, Kakarot, what if I told you there was a way you could? As Vegito, breaking Goku's line of thought, would then close his eyes with a sinister smile, suggesting something clearly with some strings attached. "I propose one of two choices. Either remain saddled by your own weakness and watch everyone die, or join with me. Give me your power and I will deal with Lucifer." Huh? What is going on here? As in a completely unexpected turn, the so-called Lucifer Vegito that had betrayed all would now be extending his arm out straight to Goku, an offer on the table to give him even more power, brazenly to the opposing side, understandably leaving Goku both confused and utterly speechless. But regaining some sense, the Saiyan would then quickly yell, "Not in a million years! Why would I ever trust you? You'd only make things worse!" But the God Killer would only laugh in response, replying, "Tell me, just how could things get any worse, Kakarot? None of you can keep up with Lucifer as it is. Whether you join me or not, once I enter the battle on his side, it's even more of a game over. What this is a gamble to see if I'll switch sides and help you. The choice is yours. You made one already to revive whatever that is possessing Trunks. Now I'm asking you to make another decision. One that will decide the fate of everyone." As with that, Goku would now be left in a confusing deadlock, all the more puzzling when the true identity of this Vegito would now seem to still be up in the air.
Taste the ground, Royal Prince!
But before any resolution could come to be seen, things would switch brutally to Vegeta and Lucifer, with the Omnidevil literally dragging the prince across the floor by his face, creating a trail of destruction as he ironically appears to mop the floor with him.
I couldn't even imagine what this feels like. How does it feel, Vegeta? To have the very flesh and skin of your precious face ripped clean off on the dirt. Boo abilities or not, I know this hurts.
A devilish grin on Lucifer as he enjoys every moment. Before, with ruthless strength, having had enough of his fun on the ground, the Omnidevil would then toss with one arm Vegeta's entire body straight into the sky. His voice raspy and damaged from just how loud his screams of pain have been so far, as with his face bleeding from one side, he would reach higher and higher up. That is, until he would stop completely, as around his neck, a hand would grip tightly. Vegeta! Kakarot! As suddenly revealing himself, holding Vegeta so easily, would be Goku. His face stoic, his presence powerful. It would be the Archangel we know, but there would definitely be something different about him. And with his eyes overshadowed, and that blank face continuing, he would then look towards his rival muttering, "Hang in there. Things are about to change. I'm finally going to do my part." About time, clown! As Vegeta, even in his current agony, would have just enough tenacity to let out some comical lines, complete with insults.
Is that Son Goku I see? Surely not. Surely he doesn't think he will make a difference now. He dares to try such pointless activities again. This time, I will not be so merciful, Saiyan.
As Lucifer, just enjoying the reappearance of more easy prey, couldn't help but bare his teeth like a hungry beast. It's you who'll need my mercy this time, Lucifer. I'm putting an end to this. I've seen enough. As with a strange overbearing confidence, completely in contrast to the Goku moments ago, the Archangel would stare down with full authority and conviction that Lucifer's days were now over.
God, you Saiyans love to talk a big game. You may have seen enough, but I've certainly heard enough.
As not respecting Goku's threat at all, the Omnidevil would immediately begin powering up in his hand a pitch-black ball of energy before...
Die! The both of you!
Before instantly blasting it up right at the two Saiyans. No more words to be said when the Omnidevil's overpowering strength would make short work of both of them anyway. But even as the black ball of energy would get closer and closer, Goku, perhaps to Vegeta's detriment, would not be moving at all, with even Vegeta muttering, Kakarot! But soon enough, Goku would begin vanishing, expertly removing himself and Vegeta just as the ball of energy would shoot past, as if to test his own reactions. And within a flash, he would arrive back on the ground to softly place the injured prince on the floor. Before just as quickly, he would vanish again. Lucifer! Appearing with no fear behind the Omnidevil, back to back, with even Lucif left perplexed with the speed and accuracy of Goku's movements.
Come here!
Quickly emulating Jiren before, turning rapidly to face Goku, his long white hair swinging in the wind as he does so until...
What? Where did he go?
But this time, as he would turn around, there would be nothing to meet him. Just a subtle sound of wind blowing. But sensing something, Lucif would then turn and... Instantly, Goku would return, but not without a gift, slamming his leg around straight onto Lucif's face. And judging by the Omnidevil's groan, this time it would have some effect.
That kind of hurt. You save up all your energy for that.
Leaving an angered but still standing Lucif to just stare forward, still taunting, but hiding away as best as he could just how hard that impact was. I'm just getting started. A monster like you needs to be punished properly. As Goku coldly would only return the stare back, unblinking, as it would seem truly, our hero had become an entirely new man. But the stares would end when both would simultaneously attack with their arms, about to swing into each other. But as Lucis would miss, Goku would bring his arm not to the Omnidevil's face, but to his own side, clenching his muscles until... With a whip-like snap of his backhand and knuckles, he would land his first devastating attack on Lucif in his new form, the impact being clearly visible for all to see now. As with Lucif's concave face, there would be no more acting tough this time.
How dare you!
But recovering quickly, Lucif's rage would be apparent. And screaming out now with far more emotion than he had displayed this entire time, Lucif would launch his fist again. But this time, it wouldn't miss. It instead, just as unbelievably, would be perfectly stopped in place, right within Goku's palm. As with that same stoic stare, Goku would say, "I told you, Lucif, I've seen enough." As with a debilitatingly brutal counterpunch into the Omnidevil's solar plexus, Lucif would be completely winded by the Saiyan, spit and blood splurging out of his mouth by force, instantly sending the creature to his hands and knees for the first time for a crash, his eyes closed, writhing in his pain, as Goku, at first, would be in front before... behind you, Lucif. Suddenly, the iconic boots of Goku would now be right behind the winged deity, his legs beginning to move slowly but surely as Lucif would be paralyzed by fear. As like a soccer ball, the once unbeatable Lucif, untouchable even, would now be treated like a plaything, his body sent flying from the nonchalant force of just Son Goku's kick.
So, this is how it feels, Vegeta!
As in an ironic scene, Lucif would be sent skidding across the ground by his face, just like he had done to the prince moments ago. A taste of his own medicine in the most unexpected of ways.
Enough! I've clearly let my guard down. I should have finished this long ago. Now come here and... What?
But as the Omni Devil would look up to where he just got sent from, yet again he would be lost for words when nothing would be there. Slowly and creepily turning his head around in disbelief like a rusted door hinge until...
How do you keep doing that?
As like some kind of ghostly entity stuck to his body, Archangel Goku would already be there, standing firm and ominously, as if he has no aims to give the Omni Devil even the slightest of respite. How many times do I have to say this? I'm ending this! I watched you play all your cards, and now I know my hand is better.
All my cards!
Resulting in a cold back and forth between the two armored warriors, with Lucif now being triggered into true rage, uncovering veins not even he knew existed on his anatomy, now appearing all over his boiling with blood face.
Far from done!
As in response, Lucif would do the only thing he knew to do, his massive body suddenly bulking up as he would power up ferociously right in front of Goku, with black thunder and debris spewing all over. Maybe you did have some more in the tank after all. But despite the wind and energy right in Goku's face, he wouldn't flinch an inch.
You'll see!
As abruptly finishing his power-up, he would switch straight to pulling his arm back and...
Don't get cocky!
As immediately uppercutting Goku in a flash, the Saiyan would dodge nothing, being struck violently on the chin. With enough force, it would be a surprise to all, his jaw was still attached, as a joy on Lucif's face would now be clear. In the end, Goku would just be seen with his jaw left flung up, forced to stare in the sky, but curiously, there would be no words nor groans of agony.
See what happens when you mouth off? That's not like you, Son Goku. Stop pretending to be someone you're not. Remain humble. Remain a coward. You're not Vegito.
And with his head still flung up, looking up into the sky, Goku would finally have some words, replying, "You're right about one thing. I shouldn't have been talking like that. It's an easy way to drop my guard. But one thing you're not right about is... I am Vegito!" As unbelievably in the most unexpected of reveals, when Goku's face would come down, it wouldn't be him. It wouldn't even be Lucif Vegito, but our Vegito, finally back in the mortal realm after all this time. Just what is going on? No! Another Omni Devil! Sorry for the misunderstanding, Elder God. As with one shock, we would return to the scene of another, with Castiel with the same perplexed face as he would stare at the newly revealed Omni King Vegito, who would actually be the Omni Devil, possessing the same red and white eyes as Lucif. How could this happen without anyone noticing? In my multiverse? That means this mortal managed to merge the realms. How? When? When Zeus hears this, I'm done for. No, if Akopel finds out, I cannot let him. Sorry, but this meeting is over. This will now be your execution, heathen! As in a swift turn of events and mannerisms, Castiel would morph, powering up with his body taking a fiendish appearance. It would appear the Elder God was always holding something back. This isn't good. That power. If he touched me, I would. And even the competent Vegito would be left panicked the instant he would sense Castiel's switch, his eyes wide open and his mind running with thoughts of what would happen next until... Stop right there! As with a sudden raising of his palm, Vegito would interestingly attempt to de-escalate the situation. As with a calm countenance, he would add, "You're overthinking, my lord. Remember, I'm your creation. My allegiance is to you. Don't think I obtained the Omni-Devil status to challenge you. This is the first time I've even met you. I merge the realms for the greater good of everyone, including you Elder Gods." The greater good of me? As with Vegito's words actually having some intended effect, Castiel's crazy power-up would pause, his face returning back to his usual angelic self as he would question, "Speak more. What do you mean?" As Vegito, now with his smirk returned, knowing he would survive, would then reveal, "Listen, Castiel. I gained the power of the realm merger not to kill you or the gods. I am one after all. I gained this power to kill someone else. Someone Zuno the All-Knowing told me about. Yes, I gained this power to kill Vegito, the God Killer." As with that shock outburst, Omni Vegito would reveal his true motives, and it seems our hero has yet again got a new god on his tail. One who may prove to be even stronger than him.
But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag Vegito in the comments down below and let me know just who is the good Vegito here. Or just find out what happens right now on my Patreon, where you can see the full next video, fully voice acted, soundtracked and edited for you to enjoy with over 4,500 plus other fans, as well as getting access to 250 plus other fan mangas too. It's the deal of the century.